Hello, you must be my 2 o'clock appointment. Yeah, nice to meet you. My name's Honey. This is my home studio. I'll be your nail tech today. I'm really excited to be working with you. You can just go ahead and take a seat right there and get kind of cozy. Do you need anything to drink? Any water? You would like some water? Okay, great. Go ahead and open up a bottle for you and just pour it into a glass here. Just like that, and there you are. Perfect. And you can just set it on that table next to you there. Okay. So tell me a little bit about what you want. Looks like you've got a set of acrylic nails already. Yeah, they're absolutely beautiful. But you're wanting to do something more basic for every day. Totally understandable. So what we can do is start with a soak off to get these acrylics off. And while those are soaking, we can go ahead and get an idea of what kind of nails you're hoping to get. That sounds good. Okay, so first I'm going to take off your jewelry here. And just remind me at the end and I'll give it back to you. And your bracelet as well. Wow, this is a gorgeous bracelet. It almost looks like it's from outer space. Just a really nice bracelet. Absolutely. Okay. So what I'm going to do is get a little bit of acetone here. And we're just going to wet these cotton pads with it. And saturating it just like that. And placing it over your fingers and applying this little finger clip to keep it in place. And just getting a little bit more acetone, just like this. And placing it on your index finger now. Okay, perfect. Now moving on to your middle finger here. Just separating your hands to get in between them. Yeah, I think these clamps are a lot nicer than foils. It's a lot less waste too. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what they're made of, but the acetone doesn't melt them, so they're perfect for using soak-offs. Okay, and last one. Yeah, it's really important that you do soak-offs, especially for acrylics. Some people try to do just prying their nails off. I don't know if you've seen those internet videos where people press against papers to try to bust off their nails, and it'll get them off, but the problem is that you damage your nails pretty badly. Okay, perfect. So we've got that taken care of. Okay, so now we can go over some styles, colors, what you want to use. So I primarily have two options. We can do acrylic, which it looks like it's what you have now, or we can do a soft gel. Yeah, so a soft gel is really nice. It's my specialty actually. I think it's a little bit better than acrylic. Just helps keep your nail preserved, especially if you get regular manicures. Sometimes the acrylics can really wear down your nails. Yeah, but the soft gel can kind of flex with your nail, so it's less likely to break. And it stays on about as long as acrylic, depending on the application. Do you have a preference between acrylics and soft gels? You want to try the soft gels? Okay, well, let's do that. So for shapes, we have a few options. We could go with this stiletto right here. It's kind of a pointed long shape. There's also this lipstick shape, which recently has become quite popular. We have the forbidden flared shape, or I've even heard some people call it a duckbill. It's very artistic, that's for sure. I don't get many requests for it. Yeah, it looks a little bit crazy. Then we also have the arrowhead nail right here. This can look really good on certain types of nails, but it just really depends on your finger shape. Then we also have the mountain peak here. And next to that is the almond. They're very similar. The almond is a little bit rounder, if you can tell. Yeah. We also have the ballerina. This is similar to the stiletto, but not as pointy as if the point was just bluntly cut off. And then we have this edge. Again, I don't get too many requests for this, but it can look really nice on certain nail types. Then we have the most common nail types down here, starting with the rounded. The rounded is really nice. That's pretty much what I have here. I think it looks best on shorter nails, but it really depends on the person's fingers. We've also got the classic square. I'd say this is probably the most common nail that I get requested for. Yeah, it looks really sharp and sleek, but you don't have to have the length of the stiletto. Yeah, exactly. And then in between the oval and the square here, you have the squared oval. This one's really nice because the square loses a little bit of structural integrity in its shape. And when you round off the corners, you really get a lot of that back. Plus, it's not going to be sharp, scratching you up. You thinking you maybe want to try the squared oval? Yeah, we can definitely do that for you. All right, absolutely. Okay, so now we know the shape you want. About how long were you thinking? About the length you have now? That seems to be a good length for you. Okay, that's super easy. So that's probably about a small length. Okay, that sounds good. And the last thing is colors. So we've got quite a few. I'll go ahead and lay them out here for you so you can see them against your skin. So we've got some nice blues here, kind of like a mint blue, some lighter blues, a dark blue. We even have this dark blue jelly color, which is really nice. This kind of neon yellow color, which I love. We've got some kind of oranges here, moving into reds and pinks. Kind of like this color here. Okay, we'll keep that in mind, number 16. Moving into purples down here. We've got black, white, and gray, of course, and then some glitter colors as well. You can see those sparkling there. You still like that number 16? Okay, let's go back to that. So that's the color there. You think that'll go with a lot of your clothes you have for work? That's such a smart idea. I think this color would be really good on you. And we can always do like a glitter on top if you want to. This glitter here is pretty inert. Or we could do like a coat of this here. Yeah, this is 3 coats, so just doing a single coat will probably appear less bold. Okay, yeah, we can just see when we get there which one would look better. Okay, that sounds good. So we're gonna do soft gel, small, sort of squared oval shape, in maybe that number 16 kind of mauve color. I like how this is turning out so far. Okay, so these are about ready to come off. So I'm just going to gently remove them. Just like this. Okay. Looks like we had a nice clean removal. And your nails do look a little bit damaged. But that's all right. It's super common with acrylic. Yeah, unfortunately, what you get in durability, you also sort of get in damage. The harder it grips onto your nail, because it's so rigid, it will also cause damage to your nail bed as it gets bumped against things as you go along your day. But that's all right. We'll give gel a try and see how that works for you. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is start prepping your nails. So I like to start with cuticle remover. This stuff is so good. It smells like mangoes. So I'm just going to apply it just lightly around the bed of your cuticle here. Perfect. Just like this. Just getting a little bit on there. And you only need about a minute or so of leaving it on. Yep, it works really fast. And it shouldn't hurt at all. Sometimes it tingles a little bit, but just let me know if you feel anything more than that. Okay, great. So I'm really excited to work on your nails. I think that's going to come out really, really nice. Okay, so now I'm going to use this little tool here to just gently push back your cuticle. Yeah, I just use a little bit of light pressure, just like that, to gently push back the cuticle. Yes, this special goo helps make it soft and malleable so that I don't need to apply much pressure at all. And don't forget the thumb. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to wipe off the excess with this cotton pad. Just wiping. Making sure to get it all. Okay. Perfect. So I'm seeing your cuticle's a little bit long. I think what I'm going to do is give it a quick Russian manicure with my Dremel here. So we're going to take this bit and grab our little cuticle bit right here. It's just a super small little bit. And close that up. Place this in here. And now I'm just going to go ahead and gently drill onto your nail. Being really careful only to get the cuticle. Just using a really low RPMs. Getting in these cracks here. Yeah, the nail prep for soft gel is really, really important. If there's any cuticle left on the nail bed, the gel won't adhere properly to that area, and you'll get something known as lifting. Okay, perfect job, and I'll just dust off any little dust bits there. Okay, so now I just need to take my cuticle clippers here and get any of these loose bits just around the edges here. Just anything that the Dremel couldn't get. Okay, so I'm just clipping, just making sure to get every last area. So your nails are looking really nice and prepped, so we can go ahead and start getting everything prepared. So what I'm going to do to give you that extra length you want is attach these tips. So I think it might be an 8 and an 11. So I'm just going to size these. Okay, it's a good size. Looks about right. Maybe an 8 here too. A little too big. I'm gonna try an 11 here. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, so I need 111 and 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 8. Okay, so now I'm going to make sure that each single tip fits your nail perfectly. So let's start here. It's a little too wide. Just make sure that it's perfect length. Okay, that's perfect. And then we'll see here. That actually looks like a really good fit. Let's make sure we get a good fit here, maybe a little smaller on this side. And seeing a little on this side too. Perfect, okay. And this last 8 goes on your thumb here. Just one little file here. Perfect, okay. Now we just need to do your pinky. Let's see how it fits. Just a little bit on these edges up here. Right here. Okay, really good. So first we need to prep your nail. I'm going to start with lightly buffing it. We just need to take out the shine. This helps the surface of the nail adhere better to the gel. Just buffing it out. Okay, perfect. Buffing it here. And I'm just going to dust it off. Just like this. So now what we're going to do is get a base going for your nails, and then I'm going to apply the tips, okay? So what we're going to use is this prep right here. It's really just acetone. Acetone is really good at drying out your nails, making sure there's no oils there or anything that's going to get in between your nail bed and the gel nail. So we just apply this, and it'll evaporate in about a second. Perfect. And the next step is this number 2 bonder here. This is a non-acid pH bonder. This is going to help the nail adhere to the gel that we're going to apply on top. I find this is really good for keeping your nails on for a long time. And it also helps with lifting too. So I'm just applying that on there and placing it back. Okay, so now that we have that buffed and the prep is on there, what we're going to do is just start with a base coat. I'm going to use this recovery gel on you just to give your fingers the best chance of growing that healthy nail back. Yeah, so all I'm going to do is just carefully apply a base layer of this onto your nail, just like that. Get a little more for this finger. Just pressing it down. And just going like this. Getting it all over your nail. Careful not to flood the cuticle. Just like this. And I'm just brushing that gently on and thumb as well. And a little bit more. Okay. So now that we've got that on, we're going to go ahead and cure this. So I'm going to take my little light here and give each finger 10 seconds. Just curing it from all angles, making sure it gets a really good cure. And the next finger, just giving it a quick flash cure, making sure it's completely dry. And the next finger now. Okay. Making sure that gets the light really well. And then the index finger here. Drying that really good. I love how quickly the gel dries. It's way better than lacquer in my opinion. So just drying it here. Making sure to get in the sides and the front. Okay, perfect. So now we're going to attach the tips. So I'm going to use this base coat here. And what I'm going to do is just put a little bit into the cup of the extension. And I know they look a little bit long, but we're going to cut them much shorter, so don't worry. So just getting the direction of the finger, pressing it onto there. Okay, perfect. So we've got that one on there securely. So let's move on to the next one here. Just taking a little bit of that base, applying it to the tip like a glue. And then we're going to press firmly and cure. Just like that. Yeah, Kurt cures in a flash. That's why they call it a flash cure. It's only 10 seconds long. And then just like that, you have your nail secured. So let's get this next nail. Just going to apply a little bit to this little area in the front. There we go. And same as the others. Make sure that it's straight. Press it on firmly. And then we're going to cure. Just like that. Making sure that it's cured all the way through. Okay, perfect. So we've got 2 left. So I'm just going to follow the same process here. Adding nails on, making sure they're straight, and then pressing them down. And curing them. Okay, that one's on there really firmly. And let's get one more right here. This is for the thumb, so I need a little extra. And we're just going to hold firmly and cure. Just getting a good seal by pressing down firmly. We don't want any air bubbles in there. Okay. So let's clip them down so you don't have such long nails. So just tell me about where you want it. A little shorter. A little shorter. About there? Okay. Just going to cut those off. Just like that. Getting them all about the same length. Perfect. And last one. Okay. So we'll just set these down. That's looking really good. So let's get a base coat on there to kind of smooth everything out. So I'm just going to take a little bit more and just pull it along the width of the entire nail, including the tip. Just like that. Same thing here. We just want to get rid of that lump in the middle. Perfect. Just kind of holds everything together. Okay. A little bit on this one, although it's really even there already. And of course on the thumb as well. Okay, perfect. So I'm just gonna cure these again really quick. So we'll start with the pinky. And none of this is hot for you, right? Okay. This is supposed to be a better light that doesn't get too hot. Some UV lights tend to, you get a little bit of burn, and that's usually just poor quality of the light. Sometimes it can be that the light is too overpowered also, but I find a good nail technician should invest in a nice lamp like this. It really makes all the difference in the experience and the outcome. So just getting this one done. And as you can see, we're getting a nice base going on. Then we can work on building the color and experimenting with the glitter that you were curious about. So just need to make sure these all get cured. So we have a really good base to work with. And then once we get this base cured, what I'm going to do is just wipe a little bit of alcohol. The top gets a little sticky. Because what we need to do is file these down to your shape. So I'm just going to get a little alcohol. And just gently wipe the surface of the nail. Just like that. Just getting all the sticky residue off. Then we're going to go ahead and file to shape. Just getting those rounded edges to make that oval square a really nice shape. I think it's going to really complement you. And evening out the top surface so we have a nice even level place to work. For our color, really important. Getting this one here, the side, underneath, and on top. And this one. Perfect. Just rounding out those corners for you. And here. Okay, let's give them a quick dust. See how they're looking. Okay. So what do you think about that length? That's pretty good. And the shape too. Okay. Great. Well, let's proceed with the color then. So you can check one more time. Make sure you still like that color 16. So that's what it would look like. You do like that? You think it would go with some of your work clothes? I think that's gonna look really good. So I've got the color right here. And I think we might need one or maybe two coats, but we'll see. So I'm just going to carefully apply this first coat. Just getting right up to the cuticle. Okay. And then here, just rolling the gel over the surface of the nail. Okay. And a little more on this nail. Perfect. And on this index finger, just getting that base coat on there. Okay. Just like that. And on the thumb as well. Okay. Perfect. So let's get those cured. So, what do you do for work? Oh, I'm surprised they let you have nails at work there. Yeah, as long as you can get it done, right? Yeah, honestly, it shouldn't even matter to them. But I've heard so many horror stories about jobs that won't let you have this or that. Nails, hair, piercings, whatever it is. Yeah, I'm really glad that this is my job. Yeah, it's just so nice to give people a nice set of nails that they get to enjoy out in their everyday life. It just makes you feel really put together when your nails match. I agree. Okay, so just getting the last cure on this. And moving on to the thumb. So we could just probably do one coat. Maybe you want it a little bit more transparent than not. Tell me what you think of this color so far. It's good just like that? Okay, well, great. Did you want to try out one of the glitters? You want to look at them again? Of course. Okay. So here's our glitters. We have these kind of colors down here. We could put like a red over top. But you were thinking about one of these two, is that right? Okay, let's see. Well, let's see how this looks, and then if you don't like it, I'll wipe it off and we'll put on the other one. Sound good? Okay. So, let's get number 8 here. This is that holographic one. Super pretty. Okay, so we're just going to see how it looks. Just one light kind of transparent coat. Just to add a little pop to your nails. Totally understand that. So just getting it. Making sure we get enough. Not too many, not too much, that's all right. And making sure the glitters are in a good place. Yeah, you don't really want any glitters towards your cuticle because that draws a lot of attention there. It's best to try to have them on the very tip where they catch the most light. Okay. So that looks pretty good. Just making last adjustments. Okay, so now before we cure these, let me know what you think. You do like them? Okay, great choice. I think it looks really stunning. I haven't had anyone do this combo before. Yeah, it's a good combination between, you know, kind of plain for work, but still exciting for you. Yeah, because it's like your whole life isn't work. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So then after this, all we have to do is the top coat, and then we'll be set to go. And I do like to offer complimentary hand massage too. Yeah, I just feel like it feels so good to leave an appointment where you've had your nails done with relaxed hands. Because honestly, leaving your hand out like this is a lot of work. Sometimes it gives me cramps when I'm doing them on myself. All right, just this last one. Then I'll be ready to do the top coat. And we have two options for that. We've got the glossy top coat, and we've also got a matte top coat. You want glossy for the sparkles. That makes sense. Okay, so I've got our glossy top coat, and I'm just going to gently apply a nice layer here. It does make them look plump and juicy. I love that so much about gel top coat. So just adding it onto every nail. And this is self-leveling too, which is so handy. Okay, just doing the nails like this. We've got two left. Still really important not to flood the cuticle. Yeah, if you flood the cuticle, you get lifting really easily. Because the second your cuticle starts growing, it starts growing underneath of the gel and it lifts off. Okay, so now we're going to cure that. And then this will be our last cure. So what do you think about your nails? You love them? I really like this combination. I'm going to have to remember this. Yeah, it's just so pretty. Maybe it's just your skin too. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I really like that you went with the sparkles. I mean, it would have been pretty without too, but I don't think you can go wrong with sparkles. Probably add sparkles to every single nail look that I do. So we're just getting it glued in place. And then we'll be wrapping up. Yeah, it wasn't too long of an appointment. Yeah, luckily we didn't run into any problems. Sometimes when my clients come in with nails that have been done by someone else, it can take a while to get off whatever the mystery product is. They say, oh, we think it's acrylic, but it's never acrylic. So we need to wipe off the sticky layer from the top coat. So I'm just going to get a little bit of alcohol and just rub that sticky layer off because you don't want that walking around. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So there's your nails. I really like how these came out. Let's put a little bit of cuticle oil on it. Got this lemon scented cuticle oil here. So I'm just going to apply drop, drop, drop. Apply drops here. And on this finger. And over here as well. Okay. So you've got your cuticles all juiced up. And finally, I wanted to give you a quick hand massage if that's okay. Alright, great. So I'm just going to get a little bit of this out. I bet this is going to smell so good with the lemon. This is like berry scented. It's going to be like a lemon berry cake. Okay, I'm just going to rub into your hands. Just like this. Getting on your fingertips. Okay. Perfect. On your knuckles too. Okay. Well, I hope you had an enjoyable time today. Yeah, I had so much fun working with you. So let me get you your jewelry back. Okay, so we've got your two rings here. I believe that was on your thumb. This was here. Your cool space bracelet. Okay. Well, did you want to come back, schedule a filling? Yeah, as they grow out, we can fill them back in to extend the life of this manicure. Okay, great. Let me grab my book. So, let's see. Does around 2 p.m. usually work for you? Okay, let's see what I have. So I've got a 2 o'clock about 3 weeks out. Yeah, I might have something 4 weeks out. Yeah, I recommend somewhere between 4 and 6 weeks to get a fill-in. Yeah, so let's see, 2 p.m. Yeah, so I have a 2 p.m. on Tuesday the 28th. Would that work for you? Okay, great. I'll get you penciled in. Okay, for a fill-in. All right, well, I really appreciate you supporting my nail shop. I hope you enjoy your nails. They look absolutely spectacular. Yeah, and I'll see you in a couple weeks. All right.